Hi friends! Today I'm going to talk to you about making bubble letters. Bubble letters or block letters are letters that actually have spaces inside of them. So they're not just drawn with line, they have an open space that artists can fill with color. As you can see in front of me, I have gone ahead and written out the alphabet, but you'll notice that I did it with a dotted line. I like to think about this as if they were the bones of my block letters. And what we need to do is put skin on the block letter. So for example, let's say I wanted to make a block letter A, but I didn't know how to even start. What I can do is draw the bones first. I'm going to start with just a dotted line. I would suggest doing this with pencil when you try yours, but so you can see it well, I'm going to use my marker. And I'm just doing dotted lines. This is the bone part of my letter. Then what I need to do is add in the skin. So I'm going to start going around the outside of the bones, and I go all the way around until I meet up with where I started. Now, the thing about the letter A is that there is actually a space up here as well. So I need to make sure that I put that space in. And now what I would be able to do is erase out the bones so that all that is left would be my block or my bubble letter A. On this piece of paper, I'm going to go through and show you where I would add all of the extra layers, or those layers of skin, so you can kind of see what it would look like for different letters of the alphabet. So we just saw that I had done the A, and I went around the whole outside, and I included the extra space. It's the same way with a lot of these letters. There are extra spaces that you have to make sure you include. So it's not always just on the outside, sometimes it is on the inside as well. Now keep in mind, all of these little dotted lines I would eventually want to get rid of. So I would use an eraser and try and get those marks out of my picture so that all that is left is this nice thick letter that I can then fill with colors or designs. Some letters are easier than others, but we just have to do our best going around the outside. It's almost like a blueprint that we're following around the edge as if it's a guideline. Now you'll notice that I have mostly used capital letters for this. You can also do this method with lowercase letters. I just know that for my drawing that I'm going to do, I want to use big capital letters. So that's why I chose to include them for my example. All right, we're getting near the end. I have almost got all of them. Do you see letters that you plan to use in your drawing? You can always rewind and watch how I went around the edge if there's something that you're not quite sure about. And there we go. Now I have all of my nice thick letters. And as I said, I would do it with pencil so that in the end you could erase out some of those dotted lines. Now, I wanted to do a word out of these bubble letters, and I wanted to choose a word from my onomatopoeia list. Onomatopoeia is a sound word. It means that when you say the word, you're actually making the sound at the same time. So for example, bang, fizz. It sounds the way you say it. So I'm going to go ahead and use pencil for this because I am going to want to do some erasing in a little bit. And I think off of my list, I'm going to go with the word zap. So to start with, I want to make sure that I do the bones first. And again, that's just the dotted line. So I'm making a plain letter Z first. And then I'm going to go around the outside edge and put the skin around those bones. Then I can use my eraser and get rid of those bones so that all that's left is this nice block letter Z. Now I'll do the A in Zap. And I'm starting with my bones first, then I add in the skin. And again, now I have to go through and erase. All right, I need one last letter. I'm going to be adding the letter P. And I'm going to start with the bones. And then I'm going to add in the skin. Now, since this is a nice sound word, I want to add a little explosion around it. So I'm going to be adding some of these zigzag style lines to really make it look like my word is popping off the paper. And maybe I want to add some different colors to it. I could do my colors by outlining my letters. I could do some stripes across my letters. Maybe I want to add some dots on my letters. So I could use a different color even and start doing some polka dots here. You guys can feel free to use whatever colors look best to you and see if you can add in whatever designs you like best as well. I hope this has been helpful to you in case you weren't quite sure how to make some of these bubble letters. And remember, it's always great to practice what you're not quite good at so you get better and better at it. Good luck!